Hey everybody, it's Greg again, and it's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. It is Tuesday, I think, May the 28th. Yeah, I guess so. With these holidays, I'm all screwed up. I'm screwed up anyway, but I'm really screwed up with these holidays. It's Tuesday already. Seems like a Monday. It's a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania, clear and cool, only going to be like 83 degrees. It feels springy out there, very much springy. Hey, before we go too much farther, this show, the patron saint of the show, there he is, Budster himself, our friend, our colleague. And by the way, that is not a real cake, and those are not real candles, just in case you're wondering. Bud, we miss you. Anyway, all right. So, a lot to talk about today. I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you remembered those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. I hope you did. Now, today happens to be National Hamburger Day. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Remember that? That old great Saturday night skit. Saturday Night Live skit with John Belushi and at the counter, and it's a Greek restaurant thing, and Dan Aykroyd in the back flipping the burgers with the cigarette in his mouth, and the ashes falling down. And no matter what, you want hamburger? We don't have hamburger. We don't have the cheeseburger. That's all we have. Cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Anyway, National Hamburger Day. And I might just get a burger. I don't know. Although, you know what? We had burgers over the weekend, so maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Did you hear about this guy, Richard Sherman? His name is Richard Sherman. And you probably don't know this guy from the name, but you're going to know what he did. He passed away over the weekend. He was Disney's main songwriter. Now I'm gonna sing you a melody of the songs that this guy wrote. This guy, 95 years old, died over the weekend, and listen to this. Of course, I think I'm a good singer, but we'll find out. As you know, if you've been following me over these 300 over 300 episodes already of this show, Jesus. And here we go. You ready? A melody of Richard Sherman's greatest hits. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. In the most delightful way. Jim jimmery, jim jimmery, jim jimmery. Da 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 da. You know, I'll mess up the lyrics. Da 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 da. Jim jimmery, jim jimmery. It's a world of good and a world of good. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world beats after all. Think about a little guy. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. You know what? When I first went to Disneyland, it was around 1969. Yeah. And that song was in my mind constantly. We went to see the Small World After All little exhibit there. And I really liked it as a kid. And that song was just, we could sing it all the way home from California. It's a small world. My dad, we drove him up the wall. He's driving the station wagon. We had a station. But most people did, a white station wagon. And he's driving home, from California. It's a small world. It's like, Jesus Christ, stop it already. Anyway, this is some of the songs that this guy wrote. The bare necessities, those simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your good. The bare necessities. He wrote all a song. Can you believe that? What a guy. He passed away over the weekend. Richard Sherman. And what else? Oh, Bill Walton. Bill Walton, great basketball player, passed away yesterday. Now, he had cancer, poor guy. And here's the thing. I used to hate Bill Walton. I mean, I hated Bill. First of all, I remember him playing. This is how old I am, older than dirt. I remember Bill Walton playing basketball for UCLA. And back in those days, this is a stupid rule. Listen to this. You weren't allowed to dunk the ball in college basketball. Why? Why not? You could have the ball right near the bag. Walton could have the ball. Instead of dunking it, which would have been cool, right? It would have excited the fans and excited me. And you can't dunk the ball. You got to lay it in. It was such a stupid rule. Anyway, Bill Walton was great. And the thing I remember about Bill Walton is two things. When he played college basketball for the UCLA Bruins, he was the best passing center I have ever seen. Even when he played for Portland and the Celtics in the NBA, the man could pass the ball. He was terrific. Oh my God. And the other thing Bill Walton did, which nobody's mentioning, he was the master of the bank shot. Like he would, instead of shooting straight on, he would almost always, if he got the ball, let's say 8 to 10 feet from the basket, he was a master at the bank shot. Throw the ball on the backboard, bank it right in. He knew all the angles. This guy was a brilliant guy. I mean, he could talk about world history, as well as basketball too. And that's what made him a lot of fun when he became a broadcaster. I hated him when he played for the Trailblazers because that's the team in 1977 that beat the 76ers for the World Championship. The Sixers were up 2-0, if you remember correctly. Sixers took the first 2 games in Philadelphia. Portland took the next 4 games. Can you believe that? They took 2 in Portland, came back to Philly and won, and then went back to Portland. And Bill Walton was like the main guy. And I remember him. He had the headband on, before headbands became really popular, and the long hair. And he was just great. Beat our Dr. Joe. And Doug Collins was on the team. Yeah. Anyway, and then I hated Bill Walton because he played for the Celtics. And of course, you got to hate him. So, all right, the Celtics are in the Eastern Conference Championship. Big deal. The thing is, we knew that was going to happen, right? The Celtics are so much better than anybody else. I hate to think that in a couple of weeks, they're going to be having a parade up there again. Haven't they had enough parades with the Patriots and the Red Sox winning once in a while? The Bruins, not so much. But to think that they're going to have another parade up there, those losers. Anyway, you got to give it to the Celtics. So, Bill Walton, he was a really good player. The problem with him is he got hurt all the time. He had bad feet, number one. Bad feet. And that really hindered him, along with his knees. He could have been really one of the all-time great pro players. We're right up there with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and the rest of those centers. But injuries kind of held him back. I tell you what, though, after he retired, he became a hell of a broadcaster. I mean, not only did he know his basketball, but he was very fun and entertaining too. He didn't conform. He would come to the games wearing a tie-dye t-shirt on. And while this guy next to him is all dressed up in a suit and tie, Bill Walton would be there with a tie-dye t-shirt on. He didn't care. He attended over 1,000 Grateful Dead concerts in his time. Now, to me, I hate to. I don't understand them. I don't get all that, that dead stuff that goes with it. But hey, to each his own. And Bill Walton loved that. He loved the dam. So, he just lived life to its fullest. That's the thing about Bill. That's what teaches us a lesson. He was very much didn't look back in the past. And didn't look ahead to the future, very far to the future. He lived for the moment. He lived for now, now. And he had so much fun with what he did. And he was a brilliant man, too. Don't get me wrong. So, Bill Walton, you're going to be missed. I haven't seen him in a long time because, he was sick with cancer. And he did a lot of late night games, It's too late for me. Like on the West Coast, his UCLA games, 11:30 at night. So you get to see him that often. But I kind of did miss him, though, on the NBA Finals. He would do the finals with Steve Snapper Jones. And Bill Walton, you'll be missed, even though you friggin' sell. All right, so I got to tell you before we talk Phillies, which I would really want to do. Where is Cokington? Where in the world is Coco? Guess what Coco is? He's being snipped. Snip, 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 snip. Yes, today's the day he's getting fixed. And the better him to be, better him to be. But, I gave the boy a kiss before he left and said, you'll be all right. And daddy, poor guy, he wasn't able to beat this morning. He paused. Hell, yeah, before he went to surgery. And I'm getting preacher, kidding. So, poor guy was wondering, I don't know, well, maybe night TV. So, but yeah, it's a snip day. And hopefully, so next podcast, hopefully tomorrow, I'll give you the update on our friend Coco. Coco with an A. All right, so let's talk Phillies. They had a rough weekend in Colorado, and they got off to a bad start in San Francisco last night. I'm not surprised. You know why? Number one, the Phillies were due for a little washing. You got to accept it. I mean, let's face facts. The Phillies got off to a hell of a fast start, and it's still a good start. So you knew, just logic tells you that they couldn't keep up that pace on. Phillies aren't going to win like 15 Philly games. Come on, nobody does that, right? So you figure you're going to have enough stretch. That's the way baseball is. It's a long season, and so here we are, 2-game losing streak, and people are pulling their hair out and jumping off the bridge. I mean, come on. No. Just relax. It's only 2 games. Hopefully, Zach Wheeler will get him back on track tonight. Night game in San Francisco. But here's the thing. No matter what, the Phillies never play well when they go to Colorado, which is a surprise because Coors Field is a great hitter's field. But the Phillies don't play well out there. And they especially don't play well in San Francisco. The Phillies have lost 8 straight games in San Francisco. The city by the bay. I left my heart in San Francisco. 8 straight games. And if you count Oracle Park, beautiful ballpark right there on the bay with the Cody Cove out there in right field. Beautiful park, but a house of horrors for the Phillies. So, they have lost out of the last 17 games that the Phillies have played out in San Francisco. The Phillies have lost 15 of them. They've only won 2 games since 2018. What the hell, right? And they only go out there once a year, right? So it's just not a good place for the Phillies. So am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. I think they'll come home this week. They're going to face St. Louis. We're playing better ball. I'm actually going to be at the game Saturday night. So I think they'll come home and they'll get back right on the track. And Alpo, what the hell, right? He's committed what four errors in the last 6 games, including 2 last night. There could have been 3. The official scorer out in San Francisco was generous and gave that guy a double. I think what's happening to Bob is just natural regression again. I think he's not hitting as well as he did earlier in the season. And I think he's carrying that over into the field. He's probably thinking about it. He's not focused on his fielding. And I think that's what's happening with him. Maybe sitting him down for the game would give him the opportunity to clear his head a little, I mean, he's been great this year. Great. Alec Boehm has broken it as a hitter, as a third baseman, as a person. But everybody goes through some rough stretches, right? So, give the guy. I just think he needs to really be laser focused on what he's doing, like he was earlier in the season. I think he's going to be. I wouldn't worry about him. Now, Amundo Sosa is playing great. He is hitting hard. He leads the league in triples. Can you believe that? 4 triples so far this year. Leads the National League. Playing great ball defensively too. Now I've seen on Twitter people say, "Oh, Bruce, Trey Turner, he's still got that hamstring problem," and he was making progress, and then all of a sudden over the weekend, he's felt a little soreness in the hamstring. So the Phillies are being very cautious with him, which I don't blame them. And they're telling him, "Not so fast, Trey Turner, not so fast. Sit your ass down and don't push it." And they could say that because they have Edmundo Sosa playing great ball, right? Well, some of these dummies, that's what I'm dummies, on Twitter are saying, "Oh, we should trade Trey Turner with Edmundo Sosa's place. Whoa, no, get rid of his contract, blah, blah, blah." No, that's why you're a dummy. You don't get rid of Trey Turner. Trey Turner is a proven commodity. The Phillies signed Trey Turner for a reason. And before he got hurt, he was actually playing a decent ball. He was hitting better. He's not great in the field. I'm disappointed his fielding, but he is what he is. When you think about all the positives that Trey Turner gives you, like his speed, his ability to steal bases, his hitting ability, not only power but average. I think the pluses far outweigh the minuses. So, and let's face it, Edmundo Sosa is getting a chance to play now, and he's playing great. But until he plays great over a full season, you have to say he's still a part-time player. And that's great. He could fill in any. The Phillies are very lucky to have Edmundo Sosa on the bench. So, so Turner should be back in a few weeks. But I wouldn't rush him. What the hell? Sosa's playing great. Keep riding that gravy train, as they said. Yeah. So let's see what the Phillies do tonight behind Zach Wheeler. If they don't win tonight, I expect them to lose tomorrow to get swept. Why do I say that? Because the Phillies swept San Francisco when the Giants were in Philadelphia earlier in May. 4 games they beat them. It's really, really hard to sweep a 4-game series. I think the Giants remember that. They're a little pissed off, and it's revenge time, So I think if the Giants beat Zach Wheeler tonight, I think Christopher Sanchez pitches tomorrow afternoon. Hello, I think the Phillies would be ready to get out of town and get back over there. So, it wouldn't surprise me if the Giants swept them out. But again, I wouldn't be too alarmed about it because the Giants are playing better ball. They have revenge on their side. They're home, and the Phillies were due for a little regression. I tell you what, I don't like this Nick Castellanos. What the hell's wrong with him, man? One good game, one bad game. One good game, two bad games. I mean, come on. You know, but this is what he is. Are we surprised? We shouldn't be, because this is the history of Nick Castellanos. He has one good year, like he did last year when he made the All-Star team, and then he has a bad year. If you look back on his record, that's the way his career is. He's a doubles machine when he's hitting well, but he's just not hitting well. Flailing at balls in the dirt. I'm hoping he comes around and he can help us out when it comes playoff time. But we just don't know. Yeah, we just don't know about this guy. Overall, the Phillies are still 6 games up on those evil Atlanta Braves. And the Braves lost Ronald Acuna Jr. for this season. Tore an ACL. Left knee. Tore an ACL in his right knee a couple years. The guy can't stay healthy. Great player, can't stay healthy. So here's the deal. A lot of people on Twitter, again, dummies, are saying, we shouldn't trade, we need some improvement. The bullpen could use a closer. We can use another outfield. We can use some help on the bench. Dave Dombrowski, that's his MO, the general manager. Improve the team around the All-Star break, right? Before the trade deadline. Maybe you have to trade a prospect or two in order to improve your team. That's his MO. He traded Logan O'Hoppe, our prospect catcher, a few years ago. Got Brandon Marsh back, right? Dombrowski knows what he's doing. Now, here's the thing. Some people on Twitter are saying, you don't want to trade away Andrew Painter. You don't want to trade away some of our stars coming up, potential future stars, Justin Crawford and so forth. To me, I say you got to do what you got to do to make this club better. Why? Because this is your window of opportunity. This season, you have gotten off to a great start. You have gotten ahead of the Atlanta Braves for a change instead of trying to catch them. You have an opportunity to go to the World Series and win the World Series. The National League is crap. Most of the teams are mediocre at best. The Dodgers, they're still trying to get it together. Nobody in the NL Central I would be afraid of. And other than the Braves in the East, who are now missing Acuna Jr. and Spencer Strider for the entire year, this division, this league, the Phillies, it's wide open for them. They have an opportunity to take control of everything. They have the best team, the best pitching, experience. They have the drive and the revenge after what happened in the playoffs last year. I say go for it. Of course, you don't want to trade Andrew Painter. You don't want to trade one of your top prospect outfielders. But if you can make this team better, you do it. You do it, Dave Dombrowski. Because prospects are just that. They're prospects. They haven't done anything. The key word is potential. Potential. Look at all those so-called prospects, stars in the Phillies past. Like Don Brown. He's now, instead of being this, he had 6 weeks of great baseball for the Phillies. Now he's slinging burgers in back of the Bulls barbecue and making personal appearances around the stadium. I mean, These guys are prospects. They haven't done it. They haven't proven it. The window of opportunity is there because Bryce Harper is in his prime. So is Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, JT Realmuto. These guys are not getting any younger. They're not spring chickens anymore. You have to seize the opportunity for a world championship, and you have it. Remember John Middleton said, I want my effing trophy back. He's going to do everything possible to get his effing trophy. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies do trade some prospect. Because let's face it, these other bad teams you could pick the carcass from, the Oakland A's, they're not as bad as these. But I think some of these other really bad teams, like the Chicago White Sox, they don't have much talent, of course, because that's why they're in the situation we're in. But they do have a few players that you could use, like this Luis Robert, this outfielder. He would look good in the Phillies outfield. And that's what you got to do. You got to go in and pick the carcass off these bad teams, right? These bad teams, they're not going to want to get Castellanos. What the hell do you want him for? They're going to want prospects to try to rebuild their team. So maybe you're going to have to end up trading one or two in order to improve your team. If the Phillies could get a really good closer, a young guy who they have control over, maybe like that Mason guy out in Oakland, you do it, right? You don't worry about 5 years from now, because 5 years from now, Dave Dombrowski might not even be with the friggin' team, right? He may be heading down to Nashville for that with that new franchise that eventually is going to be there. So, Dubbies, don't worry about the 5 years from now, okay? Worry about today and enjoy this ride that the Phillies are on. But think about it. Would you rather be the Mets? No, what the hell? You don't want to be the Mets. Stop that. Enjoy the ride, okay? And do whatever you have to do to make the team better, to get them over the hump, get them into the World Series and win the World Series. All right, last thing I want to say to that. Trump, backing court up there. Final arguments. Then the case goes to the jury. He's going to be guilty or not guilty. I mean, to me, he's guilty. But it only takes one stupid dummy juror to say, no. And then he's acquitted. So, let's hope for the best up there. Me, if I was the prosecutor, I wouldn't take much time for the closing argument. Very simple. All I would say is, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this guy's a crook. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. That's all I would say. I mean, no, let the evidence speak for itself, right? Jesus. It's going to be very interesting, though, because think about it. What happens after this verdict? If Trump is guilty, or he becomes a convicted felon, what happens? Well, he's going to appeal the case. Will he go to jail? I don't know. He should. But how much of a difference is that going to make? Now, some people have said, even people who are MAGA zombie followers of his, say, he's a convicted felon. I may have to think twice about that, about this presidentship, So it could make a difference. It should make a difference. Jesus. But if he is acquitted, Lord help us. Because then he's going to say, see, I didn't do anything wrong. I was innocent all along. It's a witch hunt. They did that, blah, blah, blah. God forbid. I can see if he's acquitted, he's really going to fundraise off that. He's going to campaign like crazy. And since all of his other cases are tied up in the, I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, let's hope for the best. I don't know about some of these other cases. They should have been brought, don't you think so? I mean, the documents case, right? He had the documents stored in his bathroom, for God's sakes. That'd be like me in there, right? Sitting on the throne doing my business. And I got boxes and boxes of secret documents there. Instead of having magazines that we read while, I think I'll grab this box and read some secret documents while I'm taking a crap. How the hell was that? Jesus. I don't any. It'll be interesting. What an interesting week it's going to be. Oh my God. All right, so I think that's about it for me. Pull the plug. Pull the plug on me. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening, watching, and for keeping me company on this early Tuesday morning. I almost said Monday, but I caught myself. Thinking about our Coco, who's under the knife right now. Snip, snip, snip. God forbid that ever happens to me. Katie's here somewhere, but she's the diva that she is. She's not coming in. So everybody have a good hamburger day. Go out and get yourself a burger, huh? To me, I like a little bacon on it, a little mustard, maybe a pickle. I don't like all this crap. Just the burger is fine. So get yourself a burger, maybe some fries inside, maybe a milkshake or an iced tea. You're all set to go. Enjoy the Phillies tonight. Go Phillies. I hope you break that long 2-game losing. Did you hear that? The Phillies haven't lost 2 games in a row in over a month. I tell you what, this has been magical season. So for an old guy like me who wants to see another world championship before I cash my chips in, I would say go for it. We need to win the championship. Not a lot of these dummies out there. No, wait 10 years. Wait 10 years. Wait my ass. All right. Sorry for the language. Phillies win a World Series this year. Eagles win a Super Bowl. That's my prediction. Everybody have a great day, huh? And I'll talk to you soon. Probably tomorrow. I have a classic TV show again to offer up there for your viewing pleasure. So I'll probably be back tomorrow. So everybody have a great day. Enjoy the weather, and I'll see you then. Peace and love, everybody. Take care. Bye for now. Go Phillies.